Let's start this journey together. Me and you are going to practice our English every single day. We will make tons of mistakes, but that's okay because our goal is to be fluent and confident while speaking without worrying about mistakes. In this journey, we will learn and benefit from each other. I will share what I've learned so far and some useful resources that helped me so far. I will share those as well, and you can write some of your experiences and useful resources. And this way, both of us will learn and explore throughout this journey. So, okay, let me start this. The most important thing is listening, and I am going to share the podcast which get me into this thing, like that listening is very important when it's come to work on your fluency of any language. Yes, so that podcast is culips.com. It was in my college years. Yeah, I think first year of my college when I started to listen to this podcast. I really love this podcast. So let's go to their website, Culips English Podcast. Okay, so what it was about? It like in this podcast you have tons of categories, like you can listen to chatterbox and catchword series, simplified speech. There are so much more things there you can check out. So I won't talk about this podcast right now in this video. We will talk about that, like I will create some more videos where I will talk about the content, not like I mean the resources that I've used so far. But I just why did I share this podcast to you is because that was the initial point that or the first thing that I did when I was starting my journey towards improving my English, because at that time my English was really bad. I couldn't even make a sentence. Instead of like, even though I've studied English in school, because in India English is taught in schools as a second language. You learn all the tenses, the structure. Still, I was very good at making sentences. I can understand what other people say, but the thing was I was not able to speak fluently. But the one thing which hit my mind or blow my mind was the host of this podcast called Culips. He was saying listening is very important, because see how a baby learns a language. I know many of you have already heard about this, like learn like a child learns, immerse yourself within a language. I know we all listen to it, but we just don't do that consistently. Consistency is the thing that I've struggled with a lot. But when it's come to language learning, I am grateful, or I can say I'm very happy that I've stick to this listening practice. What I did throughout my learning journey, still try to do the same thing. I listen a lot, like whenever I get some time, and you can just do it in your dead time. Like you don't really have to create an extra time, or allocate an extra time for to do this. Okay, so these days we watch YouTube videos, listen to songs, and even if you are working and you are a student like me, you can still listen to some English content while doing your work, like in your dead time. I heard this term from somebody, that it is a dead time that you can use to listen, right? So try it. If not much, just try to listen some English content, like for 10 minutes or something, and watch your favorite videos, vlogs, everything in English. That will help you for sure. Okay, so in this journey I will also try to create some videos where I will tell you some mini stories Okay, this is a thing that I came across listening to another podcast, which is English with Georgiana, I think. Learn English with Georgiana. I think you might have heard of about her. Learn English with Georgiana, yeah. So Speak English podcast, yeah, the podcast is, you can check this out as well. So here you can also use those content, she talked about how you can use this mini story concept, where she tells a story, and whilst telling that story she asks you a question on the spot, and she expect from you to answer those question out loud, and then she answer the same question after that. So this way you are listening, you are speaking, and the thing is, at the same time you are working on your listening and speaking skills, which is really good. I also use this podcast a lot when I was just starting, when I was not that good. I consider myself like, I think I have worked really hard when I was in my college time. Not really hard, like that was just my that time I was cleaning my house, put on headphones and clean the house, and there you go, you are working the daily task, and you are still doing improving your language. Because if you just think, I'm really busy, I don't have time, how would I improve my English, how can I create some extra chunk of time that I can use to improve my English? If you just keep thinking that, I don't think you can, I don't want to disappoint you, or I don't want to demotivate you. Sorry, disappoint was not the right word. I don't want to demotivate you, but just start now. This is the thing, if you I heard about this, like, it's all about engagement, just not about thought. Like, if you just keep thinking, okay, I will do this to improve my English, you are watching tons of video but you are not doing anything, that how will you improve your English, right? So just don't just think, just like implement this, right now. Right now take your phone, hit record button, and say something in English, even if it's for 1 minute. Okay, so our journey begins now, and I want you to record yourself. And also, from now on, as you are listening to this, you are also working on your listening practice. So just watch any video, that will do good as well, but try to talk at least for a minute. Okay, and listening is very important. Okay, so I will create some videos where I will talk about specifically I will create some videos where I will talk about all the resources and things that I've used, and I will talk about that in detail. Like, I will also talk about the Culips podcast, and then this Speak English podcast, and other useful resources. Okay, and hit that record button and speak something out. Okay, and you can also write down in comment section what did you use. Although I haven't speak much about my methods and activities that I used to do, but I will do that in other videos. But what I was saying is, I kind of repeating myself, but because this is just for you, it's a listening practice, and for me it's just I'm practicing my English. So yeah, it doesn't really matter. And don't worry about making mistakes, because I know whilst making this video I have made tons of mistakes, but I don't really care about that now, because if you care about that, then you can't speak fluently. Okay, because nobody pays that much attention when you are speaking. Just the thing is, you want the other person to understand what you are saying. That's the goal. Perfection is not our goal. Okay, we are not after perfection, we are after confident and fluency. Okay, bye, see you in the next video.